Good morning, gang. Happy Wednesday morning. So, are you roasting like crazy? It's so hot, you don't know what to do, etc., 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 right? It's like got to stay in the house because the weather's so dangerous. It's 7 o'clock in the morning here, 6:55 when I'm recording this. It's a whopping 55 degrees here. Okay, it's the middle of June. By now, we should have 70-degree overnight temperatures and high 80s, low 90s during the day. Yesterday, it was a blustery, blistering 75 degrees here yesterday. Anybody else notice that your tomatoes, your peppers aren't going crazy yet, okay, because they like hot weather? We just haven't had it. How many of you guys are still picking peas? I told you I was out picking cabbage yesterday. In the middle of June, picking cabbage, picking my beets. Colder weather crops, crops that can handle frost. No, we're in a worldwide heat wave, right? It's so hot. The polar ice caps are melting. The oceans are drying up. Climate change. Oh my God, the world is going to boil. Right? You heard all this. And then, of course, you walk outside and go, you're a dumbass. Okay? Climate change is certainly being professed by the people at the Weather Channel because they don't know what the hell they're talking about. But how does that affect us? Okay? You say, okay, we know it's all BS and not true, and we're just going to go on about our normal day. I know there are a few of you that live in Great Britain. Okay. I want you to get this. There are places in Great Britain that initiated water rationing yesterday because it was too hot. It was 30 degrees Celsius. For all those of you that can't convert metric in your head, that's 86 degrees for those of us here in the state. It's a heat wave. You can't do anything, little. It's way too hot. Water in Great Britain has now been limited to being, in some cities here, you are only allowed to use it for drinking or cooking. No showers, no doing laundry, no flushing toilets, no watering your gardens, no watering your lawn, whatever, no washing your car, nothing. You can only use water to drink and cook because, oh my God, it's way too hot at 86 freaking degrees. 86 degrees is a slightly warm, comfortable summer afternoon for most people. I don't care where you live in the United States. God knows I've lived enough places. 86 degrees in Boston, 86 degrees in Michigan, 86 degrees in Salt Lake City, nothing. Americans don't worry about the heat until it hits triple digits. Once we get to 100, then it's hot. Okay? I remember living in Vegas. You guys know I lived there. And the hottest day on record in Vegas, it was 117 degrees. Not heat index, that was the temperature. And I had people working out in my backyard with me doing landscaping in 117 degree temperature. We drank a lot of Gatorade. We drank a lot of water. No question. It was 117 degrees, and we still worked. 86, we'd have been putting a jacket on. This is the insanity that they are trying to stuff down our throats. And this is what you need to prep for. Because, mark my words, it's not going to take long till they start declaring emergencies in the United States when, oh my God, it's 86 degrees. It's a heat warning. Don't go outside. Don't drive your car. Don't do anything. It's dangerous to the planet when it's so hot. This could cause people to die. We're gonna hear that. I mean, come on. Y'all were kids. I remember baseball games, playing out in the park, being outside all day as a kid, and it was 90. Okay? Imagine what happens in your town, in your city, wherever, when they tell you you can't use water for anything but drinking or making dinner. I know there's lots of places in the country, we had this whole drought going on, where there were water restrictions, don't water your gardens, do whatever it would be. That was because there wasn't any water, which is a whole nother topic in itself, why we should have a secondary, third, fourth water sources that we can get water from. I mean, there's a teeny little stream that runs down the mountain that's about 700 feet away from my house. You guys know that. The stream's about that wide. But in a worst case scenario, which you all know I've done, okay, just put a water pump out there and 700 feet of hose, and I pumped water to the house, okay? What's your backup water plan? Where are you going to get it from? Saving milk jugs, saving 2-liter bottles, whatever, of water is very important. Don't get me wrong. You're going to need it for washing your hands, washing your face, flushing a toilet, cooking, whatever. You're going to need to have some. An IBC tote, great. I've showed you guys how to make a solar shower. You're going to need to clean yourself. I've told you before, the number one cause of death in an SHTF situation is not going to be bullets. It's not going to be starvation. It's going to be disease, okay? And that's going to come from cleanliness. If we start getting to a situation where they say 86 degrees is a heat wave, don't use any water, what are they training us for? What are they trying to get you ready to do? To control you. We can't use water. What happens when your municipal water system says it's too hot? We're shutting off the water, right? I mean, this is how scary this climate change idiocy gets. When you look at people panicking over normal summer temperatures. I know they're going to say, oh, the UK, this was the hottest June 13th ever at 86. Okay, grow a set. It ain't hot. Okay. What? I'm sorry, Mr. Farmer, you can't water your fields because it's too hot. And 3 months from now, I'm sorry, Mr. Consumer, there's no food for you. That's what we're going toward. That's what these climate fanatics, the idiots who believe all this bullshit, are pushing. They can't get us to stop growing food. The meat producers, the ranchers are refusing to cull their animals, do whatever it was. So they're going to go for the next thing. They're going to go for the water. And water's life, guys. Without water, nothing lives. Not the plants, not the animals, not you and me. You hear everybody talks about Henry Kissinger all the time. He who controls the food controls the people. Take it a step backwards. He who controls the water controls everything. And when they start pulling crap like this is when it's time to wake up and figure out, what the hell am I going to do? Water is a building block of life. You have to have it. Okay? 3 days without water, you're dead. I'm hoping you got a whole lot more food prepped than 3 days worth. You have more than 3 days worth of water? And we'll out.